If you gave me 6 weeks, I know that I could change your body, and not in a crash diet or extremes type of way, but in a way where you actually look leaner, tighter, more sculpted, and most importantly, you feel excited about getting back into a routine that you actually love and, of course, feel confident in. Because the truth is, most women don't need more time, they need actual structure, and I feel like I've been kind of a broken record lately, talking about the woman who is working out consistently, eating healthy, getting in her steps. But the body just isn't changing in the way that you obviously expect when you are putting in all of this effort. And no, girl, it is not because you are not doing it enough or you're not working hard enough. That is not the case. And that's a really toxic cycle to be in. The reality actually is that what you're doing is not set up to create real change. 6 weeks is more than enough time to see a visible difference, and only if you stop doing what everyone else is doing and start following an actual plan and structure that works for you. So if I had you for the next 6 weeks to create and make a beautiful transformation, this is everything that I would focus on to make it happen. The first thing I would do is take you out of the cycle of random workouts. This is probably the number one thing that women are doing that is keeping them stuck, because we are in ClassPass era. We are in studio classes, like prime era. Everyone wants to go to the hot Pilates class. It's all over your For You page on Instagram and TikTok. You see all the sweaty girls doing their Pilates workouts. And so you want to go and sign up and do that. So maybe you're doing hot Pilates one day, yoga the next, and then a spin class, or I don't know, is spin class dead yet? I'm not sure. It really should be. Anyways, back to the point. Your week is basically programmed based off of, all of the different types of workouts that you're doing in the week. And again, this is great. Awesome. You're moving your body, you're being active. And if that is working for you and you enjoy it, I love it. Keep doing it. But for most women who aren't genetically gifted with, a lean, long, sculpted body, that is not going to work for us. We need more structure. We need proper programming. And when you look at a properly programmed workout structure from a trainer, for example, you are doing the same workouts consistently week after week. So on my app Shape, we do 3 days of strength training every single week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every single Monday is a full body sculpt, which is full body strength. Wednesdays is upper body strength, and then Fridays is lower body strength. In between, we have some resting, mobility, Pilates intertwined, 2 days of low impact mobility Pilates. But we are following the same structure week after week. And it's not because I'm lazy and I don't want to switch up the schedule. It's because I am programming with intention, whether it's a 35-minute full body strength or a 40-minute full body strength. In that strength workout, we're going to be doing squats, deadlifts, lunges, pushes, presses. Yes, I am changing out the actual workouts, but we are repeating the same patterns and incorporating resistance training in all of those movements. So we are getting that progressive work week after week. And this is actually what is so important. If you stop the video now, I just gave you such an amazing piece of advice, because this is the most important thing. And to be honest, I'm very passionate about it, because we truly are in this era of everyone just going to workout classes. If you change this one thing and you follow a structure and follow a properly programmed schedule from a professional, you will see those changes in probably even 3 to 4 weeks. And at that 6-week mark, it is going to be totally visible. I know a lot of you are already members on my app Shape, but if you're not yet, make sure to check the discount code in the description box. I give a little special promo for all of my YouTube followers, plus you get your free trial. So it's the perfect way to jump in and start and try and just see if my method works for you, because it's literally worked for thousands of women in the past decade. Again, it's not about doing more. You don't need to add on more workout classes. It's just about doing the right things to see that visible change and doing it consistently for a long enough period of time to see that change. The next shift is how you're actually training inside of those workouts. So a lot of women and men, I'm not even going to say that this is just a woman thing, think that the sweatier they are, the more calories that they are burning, doing, the better workout it is. You remember that Barry's Bootcamp era? Again, going back to the fitness class thing, but everyone thought that Barry's Bootcamp was like the best workout ever because you would leave completely drenched. But that mentality is so backwards, and I feel like we're finally catching on to it. Sweating is not what changes your body. Tension is what changes your body. So instead of rushing through your reps or just trying to get through your workout, I would have you slow everything down. It is really all about the mind-muscle connection. So if you're doing a squat and you're thinking about your to-do list, what you have to do later, everything that's going on in your life versus really being there in that movement, connecting with your glutes, connecting with, everywhere that you need to feel this movement, connecting with your breath as well, making sure your inhale and your exhale is synced with the movement. It makes a real difference. We want to focus on form, control, and actually push your muscles close to failure. That is how we build strength, how we get that lean, toned look. We need to break down the muscle and rebuild it. That is the goal in our workouts. It's not just to get sweaty and keep it moving throughout your day. That's the difference between a workout that feels good in the moment versus a workout that is actually going to reshape your body. And I know that's what you want because that is why you are here. If your workouts feel easy or you're just not feeling the muscles that the workout is trying to work, your body has no real reason to change. It needs stimulus. The goal here is to create enough stimulus so your body has a reason to adapt. So especially through our glutes, our lower body, upper body, arms, core, that is where we want to see that strength and definition. So I would, again, slow everything down and just get you very intentional and tuned in with every single movement that you are doing. Because trust me, if you're taking the time to show up and get on your mat, let's make sure that we are making the most of it. The next thing I would do with you is fix the skinny fat mindset cycle. So if you are soft and puffy and inflamed, you're small framed, but you aren't toned and defined and don't have that lean body that I know you want, it's actually not a fat loss issue. It is a lack of muscle issue. So instead of continuing to focus on the wrong things like restricting calories and under eating and getting more cardio in and stressing your body out even more by doing the things that are actually going to harm yourself in the end and stay locked in this very vicious cycle, I would shift your focus away and start to rewire your brain and your patterns around building actual shape instead of just trying to shrink your body, right? Think about it, we're always all so obsessed with just getting smaller, and that's not how you actually change your body. It requires muscle mass. That is why so many of us, and for me too, for so long, all throughout my 20s, I was so stuck in this skinny fat cycle. You can see here all of my before photos. I'm not fat, I'm not big, I'm not overweight, absolutely not. I'm only about 10 pounds heavier than I am now, but I had way less muscle and just more excess fat. When I started focusing on protein, not under fueling, and actually committing to strength training in a way that challenged me and being very consistent with it, that is when I actually started to see my body change. So that toned look that everyone wants, no, it does not come from running, it does not come from cardio. It comes from actually having strong muscles there, so when you do drop the fat, you actually see the definition. One of the simplest but most effective things I would have you do is hit a target step count every single day. And it's not because it burns a crazy amount of calories, it's because it keeps your body in a constant state of movement. If you were just doing your workout and that is your only movement for the day, and again, by the way, when I was 10 pounds heavier, that was me. I was not focused on steps at all, maybe getting around 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 steps in my day, and that just came from, the steps that I got from moving through life. I was only focusing on my actual workout, and as you can see, it was not aligned with my goals and what I actually wanted for myself. What we do want to aim for every single day is about 7,000 to 10,000 steps, which is a really great baseline. If you think about, again, not a crazy amount of calories, you're not burning 2,000 calories every day by walking 10,000 steps. You're burning anywhere from 4 to 5 to maybe 600 steps, depending on, your body weight and all of that. But those calories add up over a week, over a month, over a year. And when we are walking, we are using fat as our fuel source instead of glucose. So our body is actually using the fat within our body for energy, and that can make all of the difference. Besides that, it helps with digestion, it helps with bloating, it helps with your mental health. Blood circulation keeps your energy up. It is literally my favorite thing to do every day. Like, how blessed am I that I get to go outside and move my body and walk every single day. And it's so easy. It's like, listen to a podcast, call a friend, go on a walk with a friend. There are so many ways to make it so enjoyable, and it's like so easy. It's the easiest habit to integrate. So I would 100% start with you there. It's one of those habits that doesn't feel dramatic, but just makes everything work better. I wouldn't put you on a restrictive diet, of course, we've talked about that, but I would clean up the inconsistency. So there's a couple different times in the day where I see a lot of women struggle with their eating habits. Sometimes it's in the morning with breakfast, so skipping breakfast or just grabbing a banana, having a coffee, running out the door, not getting that really solid meal to start the day. A lot of the times people struggle more in the evening, so after dinner, continuing to snack, maybe having a glass of wine or alcohol, and again, everything in moderation. Last night I was at a concert and had 2 Aperol Spritz. Oh, and also, by the way, I had popcorn with M&Ms. So I'm not saying to not indulge, we love that here, but I am saying to figure out the part in your day that you struggle with the most, and we would nip it in the bud. So regardless of what that is for you, the most beneficial thing that you can start implementing is really focusing on 3 solid meals throughout your day. When you're getting, 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal and high fiber and whole foods that are keeping you full and nourished, you do not want snacks. You do not have like these intense cravings that you do if you are not eating properly. So you don't need to have like crazy recipes and all of these like fancy Pinterest style meals. You just need a protein source, whether it's meat, fish, maybe you're vegan, so you're having tempeh or tofu, something like that, some vegetables, some carbs, and call it a day. I don't like make these crazy meals every night for dinner. I'm just pulling, these 3 sources and making a meal and keeping my day moving. I also don't have so much time and energy to put into cooking. So this is what I would love for you to really focus on and see. Take a moment, even right now, inventory. When is the time in the day for me that I struggle with eating the most? And I would start with that inconsistent habit and really try to change it, because we don't realize how much alcohol or all this extra snacking can add up in our calorie count in our day. So let's actually be more aware of the quiet little habits that are truly a setback. This is where you start to notice changes quickly, especially in how your body looks day to day. Beyond workouts and food, your daily habits have such a big impact on inflammation, on bloating, on overall tightness. And if I did want you to get leaner in a few weeks, I would focus on your morning routine. I would focus on your hydration and the things that you are doing consistently every single day to make change. And by the way, very simple things like waking up and having a glass of water. We wake up very dehydrated. Let's hydrate ourselves first thing. Making sure that we are eating before we have food. Making sure we're getting proper supplementation. Do you have gut issues? Maybe you should try taking vitamin C and a probiotic. Or do you have issues sleeping at night? Maybe let's have a magnesium before bed. There's also other things like, are we maybe getting in a quick little walk after a really big meal? Or are we focusing on our stress levels? If we are chronically stressed, if our nervous system is heightened, and you can tell yourself right now, if you look inwards, if you are in a state of fight or flight. I know that life is crazy, life is hard. We all have a million things going on in our lives at all times, whether you're a mom. I can't even imagine my life right now with a kid. I feel like I'm so busy and overwhelmed to begin with. I can only imagine the other layer that having a child puts on all of that. But wherever you are in your life, we all have things. It's about having bigger capacity to take on all of the things that life throws our way. And that's really through utilizing different tools, mindfulness, meditation, breath work, finding your outlets. So that you can show up as your best version for yourself every single day and ultimately then for other people. When you are in your flow state, you naturally are less inflamed, you aren't retaining as much water, you feel good, you radiate that, and guess what? Everything is going to look stronger and tighter. Your waist looks flatter, your face is maybe less puffy, and you just overall have better shape to your body. That happens only in flow state. This is the little piece that takes you from looking like, yeah, she works out to, oh no, she is in her element and she is doing all of the right things. So know that, yes, again, outside of what you're eating every single day and the workouts that you're going through, all of the little habits in between, they really do matter and add up. In the end, I know that if you followed my method, everything that I'm saying, for 6 weeks, you would see noticeable change. And the amazing thing is that this is basically the structure. Everything that I'm preaching, everything that we are doing every single week, every single month inside my app Shape. Right now, we are in an 8-week summer body challenge, depending, of course, when you watch this video. We might be in a different challenge, but we always have monthly challenges running that help keep all of our members consistent, accountable. We have a checklist with a lot of the things that I mentioned today. And if you're not, again, currently following a structure, a program, that is where you need to begin, especially if you want to get that summer body, which I know this is like everyone's prime time where they're so locked in and tuned into feeling good for summer. So again, I will keep all of the information for my app and for our monthly challenges in the description. I would love for you to join. As well, in the description, you can find access to a free recipe guide. That is my little gift from me to you, so you can get some meal inspo and hopefully start incorporating some of them. I want to hear feedback from you in comments as well. What am I missing? What are some of the things that you are doing every single day or week to feel your best? And maybe your comment will inspire someone else in the community. So don't be shy. Let us know. Thank you as always for being here, for watching, for supporting. Make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see all of you next time. Check out my latest video here.